just gonna snap. It's terrifying.
The last thing I need right now is to get killed in the shower. I don't want to die in here. 60 days in. New episode Thursday at 9.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the new season of 60 Days In, and the reason why I want to actually review this show is because Pitt County, where they're at, is actually my hometown. Like I'm from Greenville, North Carolina. I went to East Carolina University. I went to high school there. I spent a majority of like 15 years there, not my whole life, but this is the longest place that I've been at. So now I'm in DC, but before that was the longest place that I was at. So I mean, yeah, that's home.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
So when I was on Instagram, I'm over here just scrolling. I'm like, oh, a new jail show. Okay, whoa, they fighting, cool, we get it. But then I see Sheriff Paula Dance.
You never know when someone's just gonna snap. It's terrifying.
And I'm like,
I know her.
I actually voted for her. But besides that, I'm just like, hold on, whoa. So I, did a little bit of digging. They talk about welcome to Pitt County.
Pitt.
Girl, bye, get out.
First of all, I was low-key secondhand embarrassment. Whoa. But I think this show does a lot for what it's trying to do. I feel like obviously there's 8 seasons in, so it serves some type of purpose, right? So basically with this season, there are gonna be 7 individuals going undercover inside the jail, no special treatment with the inmates. They are just incarcerated, boom. But they basically meet with the 6 individuals. I think there's supposed to be 7, so I think there's one missing, but 6 individuals. They all have their different purposes for why they want to go undercover. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Could I last in jail? No.
Absolutely fucking not.
I knock on wood. Ain't got time. No ma'am, no go zone. But the first guy that we see is Jamel, and he basically talks about that, his story basically touched me a little bit because it's a little bit similar with my story, was because, he went from living in North Carolina, being fighting a lot and being wasn't making good grades, wasn't in the atmosphere and something that could help him progress in life. So with me, it's the same way. Coming from North Carolina, I really didn't get the education that I should have gotten, and I was behind. But when I moved to Virginia with my dad, for 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I progressed and I started taking honor classes, and the whole education system was just better for me to grow and thrive. And ultimately, here I'm now working for one of the top companies in the world with 2 degrees under my belt. So basically, I saw the little preview, and it's just crazy because I feel like, one, I get that the inmates are in jail, and I get that they did something wrong, period. I get it, I understand. But when you have inmates basically talking about that they don't have the right supplies, tampons for Tylenol, you have to give them $20 for Tylenol, they gotta drink water out the toilet.
Absolutely fucking not.
So I feel like, yes, we could talk about these inmates, but we need to talk about these correctional officers too, because what are you doing to, you regardless that they're in jail, it doesn't mean that they're not human. You're trying to put yourself above. So I feel like this program that they're doing will be beneficial for damn near everybody that's involved. You got people over here fighting, tussling, fussling. You got people over here. Yeah, that one dude, I forgot his name, but this man, Big Swole. I'm gonna call him Big Swole.
Back up, y'all. Back up. It's a bull. So we
just big. I'm just like, oh my God. They talking about when they basically got together, Paula Dance, she introduced herself. She is the first African American female to be elected as sheriff.
First off, you are the first African American female sheriff in North Carolina. Tell me your plans leading the charge for changes in the prison system.
Absolutely. When I first won in 2018, I ran on a platform of change for people with mental health issues and the co-occurring substance use abuse, poverty, those types of things.
And that is just something that is, I remember when she was running and when she got the position, it was just a monumental moment in history for Pitt County just because it's never been done before. And she still kept her spot, period. So I'm just like very proud of what she's doing. And, you know, even though I did feel like a little bit embarrassed when this show came to Pitt County, I'm like, girl, I got out when I had to get out. But I mean, I feel like it's going to serve a purpose, and hopefully it does what it does. There was somebody on the show I think I know, but I need to see more episodes because I think I know one of them inmates. And I'm like, but like I said, personally, I don't have any ties to the prison system or, you know, any of that. Like, I don't have family that's like in jail. I don't have, that lifestyle, I just don't know. Yeah. So the next person that walks in is Charlotte, and they basically like, she's gonna be our lone wolf. She got her grills in, she looks the part. She's an ex-inmate for a year. Basically, she worked at a like a smoke shop that sold marijuana, so they just charge everybody. Crazy, right? And like she walks into, you know, she does get arrested, does her the whole protocol. They let them know that the distress signal is like, if it's anything go crazy, start doing this. Say it's getting cold in here. It's getting cold in here. Distress signal, right? So, you know, she walk into GP, general population, and she walk in with a drug head. The girl is gone to the wind. There's some girl when they walked in, she's like, welcome to PC DC, bitch. I'm like,
is your wig squeezing your brain too tight, heifer?
We're rapping. She's over here just like, this is crazy. Like, basically, they're gonna be in that cell for 5 days, so she's just trying to get comfortable. You know, she when she first get in there, she talking. She, you know, she chit chat with everybody. She just, you know, she really feeling herself because, you know, she just trying to just get a feel out. She really came in there because she was mistreated in her when she was in jail. So she want to make sure that people aren't being mistreated. She want to make sure that, you know, just basically being a snitch. Amen. So then we see Jake. I don't think he was gonna last. I don't. Cause how he walked out, I was like, He's a father. He's a husband. And also, like, his dad worked as in the police system as well, but his dad got arrested and charged and put in jail for misappropriating funds at the jail. Crazy. We basically go back to Charlotte's pod, and, you know, back in Charlotte's pod, they basically bring another girl, like a younger girl, in her pod for two. So now you got one girl on the floor detoxing and withdrawing. Charlotte's over here standing around. She see the other girl. The other girl, she is crying, boo-hooing, hysterical because it's the first time she in jail. Bounce to Jacob and Jamal's pod. And, you know, he walks in the pod and Jamal see him. Well, Jamal's just like, he see him. He's just like, look, he looks shaky. He over here look nervous. It's just like really weird. So, you know, Jacob, he already feels vibes. He's just like, okay, you know, let me just try to get comfortable, this, that, and the third. So while he doing that, we bounce back to Charlotte's pod because the girls are acting crazy. And my older Charlotte, she just like, this is nasty. Oh my God, I can't believe they doing this. They doing this. They ain't feeding us this. They ain't feeding us that. We're not getting no food. I'm just like, you act like you haven't did this before. That's no shade, none. I'm just like, she just like, I'm so shocked. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. I was like, well, damn. Oh, basically, they were giving the girls the meals, and they gave the girls like a sandwich, a little juice, and like a little roll. Like, when she even asked the PO for water, like, how can we get some water? The PO just basically looking everywhere but her face. She like, ain't got time. In Jamel's cell, basically he finds out that one of the guys in his cell, you know, does, and like he's like addicted to it, like heavy. So I can only imagine the withdrawals that he about to go through. Whoa. So they're basically all are about to, or like starts, these mental games start going, that you're being held into a cell for 5 days for 23 hours out that day with only 1 hour of free time outside the cell. So if you put all the math together, 5 times 23, that's 115 hours that you're in that cell looking at the same 4 walls and the same on the floor. So I'd go crazy, for real. In Jacob's cell, you know, his inmate is basically Ask him a lot of questions, just like, what you in here for? What you getting booked for? What you doing this? Yeah, what you doing that? Da 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 da. And I don't know. I'm just like, why you asking me all these questions? Like, you asked me 101 questions like we on a date. No, it's not giving that. But you know, some guys start looking around the cell. They start looking all the cells. Like, oh yeah, they got mics here. Oh yeah, they got this there. Just looking at all the stuff. And my whole thing is like, P.O.
They're loose. Get them.
So I'm just like, how y'all just letting these people roam free, checking the rooms like y'all don't got cameras, y'all don't care? Like, it's just crazy that they don't have any eyes on these people. They let them do whatever. And my whole thing is, there's a whole production company here. So if there's a production company here, there's cameras. So if there's cameras, I know y'all see them. So what are we doing?
I wanna know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
So Jacob, he feels targeted, and he's just like, oh, they definitely know, they definitely know. Start freaking out. He just start rubbing his hands. Like, it was getting cold in here. It's getting cold. So they already know. And mind you, just like first day back at Charlotte's, the girls are going wild. It's nighttime. They are acting a fool, banging on the windows, banging on the door. And there's one girl on the floor having a whole episode. She's over here moaning, cramping, stomach's hurting, tossing and turning, pooping in front of the other two girls. All of a sudden, you know, it's morning time in Charlotte's pod. All of a sudden, a girl just falls out. I'm just like, oh my God. But they, you know, they did bring medical in to basically check her out, make sure she's good, this and third. But like I said, you remember I said that Jacob started rubbing his hands, right? Charlotte rubbed her hands too. She's like, it's cold in here, ladies. It's getting cold. It's heating up. Mind you, do I feel like any of them were in immediate danger or anything like that? No. Charlotte, I definitely feel like she just probably just cracked under pressure. We'll see if they're actually going to pull her. But I don't think any of them were in immediate danger. With Jacob's situation, I don't think he was in danger. It was more so mental, because he's thinking that people are basically knowing that he is in there for, like, you know, the show or whatever. But Jacob walked into the interview. He does the interview. He said, so y'all think they crazy? Y'all think they dumb? They over here peeped me out when I first walked through the door. Like, they not crazy. They're not dumb. So Jacob, he's not having it. They were like, well, you know, I understand your concerns, and yeah, we can definitely pull you from the program, but you're gonna have to go back to that cell.
You know what? This is...
Jacob was not feeling that. He was like, go back to the cell.
Or again, a fucking again.
Well, you're gonna have to, because it's proper protocol, so we won't blow anyone else's cover of the show. He said, I don't care. I'm walking out that door right now. I'm not in here for real. That would mean, like, I'm not, no ma'am.
About a year now, people in here, a lot of them have serious charges. Assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill.
Oh my God.
Cause currently, like, you see the inmates, they talk about, it doesn't matter, we letting them go home. We run the prison, we do this, we do that, I'm like,
and they really step out of bounds, we'll get at their ass too. Police can get stabbed up, they can get beat the up in here quick.
Wow.
y'all, I'm on my way to work. I just thought about something. You could have went into the facility for a misdemeanor. They put you in jail. You could have went to jail for just stealing a piece of candy. Something simple. They put you in jail with the killers. Oh! No, ma'am! No! I'm not even trying to downplay it or make it like it's funny, because it's not. I get it. It's jail. It's serious. Cool. I got it. Don't be so sensitive. Get it? They put you in jail with the killers. Ah! And just think about it. You never been in jail in your entire life, and you volunteer to go to prison. No, ma'am. I cannot. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I gotta do what I gotta do, I'm gonna do what I gotta do all the way, 10 toes down. But that's because I have to do what I gotta do. I'm not willingly gonna. No. And then Pitt County? No. I might see my ex-boss in there and then really get stuck.